probably when I was at the lowest point in my overall wellness, my health and fitness. I was a former college athlete. I played soccer at Michigan State, and I had just finished an accelerated MBA program, and I was working full time, finished my MBA. I was planning for 2 weddings. My husband's Nigerian, so we had an American wedding, Nigerian wedding. I was 18 pounds heavier than I've ever been in my entire life. I was insecure, I was uncomfortable in my skin for the very first time. As Alex mentioned, as an athlete, your job is working out, aside from going to school, so you don't really focus on portions or understanding just the little nitty gritty that you take advantage or you take for granted when you are an athlete and you're given these programs. So I was probably at the lowest, and I was moving to Chicago with my husband, and I was starting a new job, new city, and I probably could have said no to coaching, but I needed it. And I needed it because I saw Jamie so happy, and I was just unsure on what my next step in my career and my life was going to be. I finished grad school thinking, I know what I'm going to do the rest of my life. And I finished, and I was like, what the heck do I do next? And so I started really at the lowest, and no one noticed it or knew it from the outside, but inside I was hurting, I was lost, and I told my husband. He was playing soccer professionally at that time, and he would get home and he was so passionate. And I remember telling him that I want that passion. I've never known what I wanted to do in my life. And I knew I wanted to help people. I knew I wanted to do something that made a difference. And I knew I needed to work on myself first and practice self-love, practice self-care. And I saw Jamie, and I knew Jamie through her husband, Steve. And I joined one of her groups. I started with T25, didn't even join her challenge group. I did it on my own. I was just a stubborn person that did it all by myself. And I would check in with Jamie, and then I got plugged into the community. And I fell in love with the community instantly. And I think I sent like my family members to Jamie, and Jamie's like, Sam, you realize like you could be a coach too. And I'm like, oh, okay. And so I thought about it, and I remember I came home as I was 2 months into my new job, and I told my husband that I need to do this for me. We all add Beachbody into our life that already exists. We're a mom, we're a wife, we have a million hats. And so everyone adds it into their life, and we make time for it. So I told him that, so I started, and I went to my very first event, which was Coach Summit, and my life was forever changed. I walked down the aisle with Jamie and Steve after an event, and I said, I finally feel like I belong. I feel like I belong because I can share my journey, my story, and I can impact other people's lives through everything that I have gone through. And from that moment on, I knew I was in it. I knew I never wanted to lose the community, and I knew it was something I needed. So, flash forward to 2015 in December, I sat down with Jamie, and we were goal setting for 2016. And my life, my 80-hour work week, was getting overwhelming. I saw the stress that I was on for my marriage, for the quality time that I had with my husband, and I knew that if I didn't do something right now, that a year from now I'd be in the exact same spot. I would be getting home at 8:30, 9:30, my husband getting home at 8:30, 9:30, and we wouldn't be able to spend time together, except on the weekends. And I didn't want that. So what I did with Jamie, I drew a line in the sand, and I said, I'm no longer going to be at where I'm at. At that point, I think I was at 12 months hitting successful at 5, and I wasn't at where I wanted to be able to quit my full-time job. So I drew a line in the sand, and I told Jamie that I needed to reevaluate where I was at. So what I want to share with you is something that I implemented into my business, but I implemented it into my entire downline and also in my challengers. And it was called Taking Back Our Mornings. And what I did was we looked at our schedule and we said, where can we fit and make time into ourselves, do the vital behaviors into our current schedule. So we're all adding Beachbody into our life. And the morning was where I could add it. So I started to wake up, work out, and do everything in the morning. And it was a whole mindset shift. I knew, I'm not a morning person, so I knew that I had to loop in other people. So I looped in my husband, my challengers, my top coaches, and we would Zoom call, and we'd wake up and we'd do it together. And so this whole shift in just doing everything together and doing all the vital behaviors before I left my house in the morning. Sorry, I'm getting a little emotional for no reason, but So I made this decision, and with that decision, and with my 80-hour work week, I clocked a 90-hour work week in December, and for the entire year of 2016, I did that. I did all of my vital behaviors before leaving. I had a 60-minute commute, so on my commute, I would talk to my challengers, talk to my coaches, listen to PD, and I would do everything to fill up my business and help and fill up myself and fill up my business all before my full-time job. And the reason I tell you this is we all, like I said, we all add Beachbody into our life. You need to make time. So if you're feeling jumbled, if you are feeling overwhelmed, if you're feeling like I can't add anything else to my life, I'm at this point where I'm unhappy where I'm at, where I should be a lot farther along, and you're not, look at your schedule and see where can you make time. And for me, it was in the morning. So at night, if I got home, it didn't matter because all my vital behaviors were done. So if you're feeling unbalanced, jumbled, unhappy with where you're at, I challenge you to not make the time that you have in this business an excuse, yet make it fuel where you want to be. Because I knew no matter what, where I'm at right now will be the exact same spot if I don't make an effort to wake up in the morning and have my why in front of me, which is my family, my future family, because I wanted to be a present mom someday, fueled me the entire year of 2016. And like Jamie mentioned, April 25th of this month, I am officially leaving corporate America and will no longer work 80 hours. Woo!